Good morning, viewers. You're watching Republic TV. My name is Priyanka Das and welcome to today's segment of Quick Morning, where we delve into the latest news and updates from around the country and across the globe to set the tone for your day. From tracking Karnataka CM postponing the caste census report to the SIT being formed to probe 14 mysterious deaths in Rajouri. Stay tuned as Republic TV brings you the ground realities of these developments. But that's not all. We'll also be bringing you the latest updates from the business realm, sports and entertainment in our jam-packed lineup for this morning. So let's kickstart today's mega news day here on Republic, as always with a nation first this quick morning. Union Home Minister Amit Shah along with Gujarat Chief Minister Bhupendra Patel will visit Vadnagar in Mehansa district today and inaugurate the projects worth rupees 300 crore. They will visit the Mehansa district under the Anant Anadi Vadnagar program and inaugurate the Archaeological Experimental Museum built at a cost of rupees 298 crore. The Jammu and Kashmir police have constituted a special investigative team to probe the mysterious death of 14 people, including 11 children belonging to the 3 families in a remote village in Rajouri district. Amid growing concern over the mysterious deaths in the Badal village over the past 1 month, the administration has directed officials to analyze reports from institutions to identify the cause of the deaths. Our 11-member SIT team, headed by the Superintendent of Police, has been formed, keeping in view the sensitivity of the inquest proceeding they initiated into the deaths.
Suppose किसी को कोई वायरल इन्फेक्शन होती है, बैक्टीरियल होती है, एक से दूसरे के साथ ट्रांसमिट होती है. ऐसा कुछ हमने देखा नहीं है. The deaths are limited to one set of families. अगर कुछ ऐसा होता जो इन्फेक्टिव होता, suppose it's a food poisoning. That means कि अगर 100 लोग खाना खाते तो काफ़ी लोग इफेक्ट होते हैं. इफ़ इट इज़ ए वायरल डिजीज इन्फेक्शन है, जैसे कोविड था, दैट मीन्स तो सारे एरिया को इफेक्ट होता है, काफ़ी लोग इफेक्ट होने थे. तो मिस्ट्री ये है कि दो डेथ्स आर लिमिटेड टू ओनली ए ग्रुप ऑफ फैमिलीज.
Under pressure from the Lingayat and Vokalika leaders, the Congress government in Karnataka on Wednesday decided to defer the decision to place the socio-economic and education survey report, commonly referred to as the caste census, before the cabinet meeting scheduled today. Siddaramaiah was in the national capital to attend the inaugural function of the Congress headquarters, refuted the rumours that the government was delaying due to opposition from some section of the party leaders. The Tripura Assembly on Wednesday unanimously passed a bill seeking an almost 100% hike in the salary, pension and other benefits of the Chief Ministers, Speaker and MLAs. The 9th Amendment Bill of salaries, allowances, pensions and other benefits of the Minister, Speaker, Deputy Leader, Leader of Opposition, the Government Chief Whip and the members of the Assembly was passed without any opposition from any party. Telangana Chief Minister Revanth Reddy on Wednesday expressed strong objection to the Andhra Pradesh government's decision to take up the Godavari-Banakaral interlinking project, claiming that it was done without any permission. The Telangana Chief Minister, who reviewed the state irrigation project, said that the letter should also mention that under the Andhra Pradesh Reorganization Act, if any state wants to build a project on any river in the 2 states, the Godavari River Management Board and Krishna River Management Board, as well as the neighbouring state, should be informed. The BSF pushed back 13 Bangladeshi intruders and arrested 3 cattle smugglers successfully, thwarting multiple smuggling and infiltration attempts across North 14 Parganas, Nadia, Murshidabad and Malda districts along the India-Bangladesh border in West Bengal. In addition, BSF troops seized over 1,000 bottles of banned fentanyl and rescued 18 cattle during these operations. 2 policemen in West Bengal's Uttar Dinajpur district were injured on Wednesday when 2 under-trial prisoners allegedly overpowered them, snatched their service revolvers and shot at them before fleeing. The 2 injured policemen have been admitted to a local hospital and are currently undergoing treatment.
मैं आपको जो फैक्ट्स जो है कि ये जो जब लौट रहा था तो सडनली जो अक्यूज्ड है उसी ने सडनली वो कहाँ से उसको आर्म्स मिला, हम लोग उस पर इंक्वायरी कर रहे हैं और ही वॉज हाइडिंग दैट वेपन इनसाइड हिज ब्लैंकेट। तो सडनली मतलब हमारे जो एस्कॉर्ट पार्टी को उसने बोला कि उसको मतलब ही वांट टू यूज द अटेंड द नेचर्स कॉल। तो जब वो नीचे उतरा तो उसके बाद सडनली 3 राउंड फायर किया।
Viewers, tracking the top business stories for the day, we bring you the latest updates on India's economic landscape. From Meta apologizing for its CEO's remarks over Indian government failing during COVID-19 to Republic's inside scoop of Tesla engaging with Indian suppliers for its upcoming models. Stay tuned as we delve into the key highlights shaping the business world today. In an exclusive report, Republic brings you the insider scoop from a trade deal between India and US billionaire Elon Musk. According to our sources, Tesla is engaging with Indian suppliers for critical components such as interior and exterior parts, automotive electronics, and much more for its upcoming car models. India's growing manufacturing ecosystem and cost advantages make it an attractive hub for Tesla's supply chain. The quantity of parts sourced for its upcoming affordable electric car would also be more due to the higher projected output. Industry observers reckon that Tesla's collaboration with Indian suppliers represents a significant milestone in the country's automotive industry. Following Meta CEO Mark Zuckerberg's remarks over Indian government failing the citizens during COVID-19 pandemic, chaos ensued, as Zuckerberg's false comments landed him in trouble with the Indian government. An update to our yesterday's Quick Morning report, Meta India's head has since apologized for the remarks. This comes amid MP Nishikant Dubey's remark that the leader will summon Meta over the CEO's remarks. Google and Temasek-backed unicorn ShareChat is cutting 5% of its total workforce as a part of the performance review cycle. It has come to our notice that the move is ahead of the company's performance appraisal cycle. According to those in the know, the layoffs were not related to any cost-cutting measures, but a measure to maintain excellence and adaptability in a competitive and fast-paced environment. Credit rating agency Moody's has cautioned that India's fiscal challenges will continue to limit its creditworthiness in 2025. Despite potential advantages arising from US-China tensions, the report further notes that political instability and social unrest could pose considerable risk to both the economy and the fiscal health. Geopolitical issues in the Asia-Pacific region, particularly the ongoing US-China tensions, are also expected to continue in 2025. Although the likelihood of military conflict in the Taiwan Strait or Korean Peninsula remains low, the agency also pointed out that after upcoming elections in several key economies, governments may face tough decisions about whether to prioritize fulfilling electoral promises or pursue fiscal consolidation. These political dynamics could further add uncertainty to the economic outlook. Moving on to our international segment, where we are tracking the ground pulse of some of the biggest global headlines. Today, we delve into the significant developments from around the world, from Israel and Hamas reaching a ceasefire deal after a 15-month war to Blinken and Armenian FM signing the charter on the strategic partnership. Stay tuned as we unravel the latest updates shaping the global landscape. Israel and Hamas have finally reached a ceasefire deal after a 15-month war. The deal, coming weeks after the painstaking negotiations in the Qatari capital, promises the release of dozens of hostages held by Hamas in phases, the release of the hundreds of Palestinian prisoners in Israel, and would allow hundreds of thousands of displaced people in Gaza to return to what remains of their homes. While Qatar's Prime Minister informed that the deal would be going into effect on Sunday, Israel said final details still need ironing out. As Biden announced the deal, he assured that soon the fighting will stop and hostages will return back to their homes.
Because at long last, I can announce a ceasefire and a hostage deal has been reached between Israel and Hamas. More than 15 months of conflict. It began with Hezbollah's brutal massacre on October the 7th. More than 15 months of terror for the hostages, their families, the Israeli people. More than 15 months of suffering by the innocent people of Gaza. fighting in Gaza will stop, and soon the hostages will return home to their families.
U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken met Armenian Foreign Minister Ararat Mirzoyan, and the duo signed a charter on strategic partnership between Armenia and the United States. The charter sets forth a framework for economic and security cooperation and strengthening democracy. In the meeting, they discussed agenda issues aimed at further deepening cooperation between Armenia and the U.S.
This marks a significant milestone in the relationship between the United States and Armenia. We're establishing our U.S.-Armenia Strategic Partnership Commission. This commission gives us a framework to expand our bilateral cooperation in a number of key areas. Economic matters, security and defense, democracy, justice, inclusion, and people-to-people exchanges. Each of these is a shared interest that forms the bedrock of our relationship and our partnership.
Rescuers have pulled out at least 78 dead miners and more than 160 survivors from an abandoned South African gold mine. They had been trapped for over 2 months since a standoff with authorities who demanded their surrender to police as they were mining illegally. With the rescue operations going on in full swing, hundreds more are still believed to be trapped, and the death toll is expected to rise. After the incident, the South African government is facing criticism for their decision to try to smoke them out by cutting off food and other supplies for a time. As rescue operations continue, civic groups claim that authorities also removed the ropes and pulley systems that the miners used to enter and exit from. Lawmakers on the Senate Homeland Security Committee met on Wednesday to probe Trump's pick to head the Office of Management and Budget. Russell Ward held the position initially too during Trump's first administration. He has been accused of violating the law by withholding vital security assistance to Ukraine that Congress explicitly provided, putting the national security at risk.
In 2020, an investigation by the Government Accountability Office found that OMB, under your leadership, broke the law 8 times. That's quite a record. 8 times breaking the law by directing certain federal agencies to continue to operate during the 2018-19 shutdown. GAO also found that under your leadership, OMB violated the law by withholding vital security assistance to Ukraine that Congress explicitly provided, putting our national security at risk.
A Massachusetts wildlife researcher has described the destructive power of the fires in Los Angeles, particularly the formation of fire tornadoes or fireworks. These fireworks can reach very high wind speeds, similar to those seen in a tornado, and pose a significant threat to people and structures. The sudden shifts in fire behavior caused by these fireworks also pose a threat to first responders and others, as they may have less time to react to the rapidly changing conditions.
Tornado isn't a very precise one. It can mean a lot of different things, but generally speaking, we call these things fire whirls. And these fire whirls, where it's a spinning structure, flow structure, can reach very, very high wind speeds and have wind speeds that you would see in a tornado. Essentially, the wildfire can be so strong that it forms something akin to a tornado.
The U.S. has a long tradition of defeated presidential candidates sharing the inaugural stage with the person who beat them for the nation's highest office. It's a tradition that Vice President Kamala Harris will continue as well on January 20th when she stands on the stage and watches Donald Trump become the president yet again. China's Ministry of Commerce on Wednesday condemned a series of trade restrictions recently imposed by the U.S. government. They accused Washington of escalating the economic pressure through sanctions, export controls, and other measures aimed at hindering China's development. These restrictions include increasingly stringent controls on semiconductor exports to China and restrictions on the use of Chinese connected vehicle hardware and software systems, as well as the completed connected vehicles in the United States. The World Health Organization claimed yesterday that an outbreak of suspected Marburg disease has killed at least 8 people in a remote part of northern Tanzania. As disease surveillance improves, there are chances of more cases coming to the fore. Like Ebola, the Marburg virus originates in fruit bats and spreads between people through close contact with bodily fluids of the infected individuals or with surfaces, such as the contaminated bed sheets. Now, WHO said that its risk assessment for the suspected outbreak in Tanzania is high at national and regional levels, but low globally. The Israeli military said it confiscated over 3,300 weapons from the Syrian territory in the past 6 weeks, as Israel has operated in and around areas in Syria close to the border with the Israeli-annexed Golan Heights. The Israeli military said it confiscated over 3,300 weapons from the territory operated around Golan Heights. Israel said it had seized Syrian armed forces, tanks, weapons, anti-tank missiles, rocket-propelled grenades, shells, mortars and mortar shells, and observation equipment, among other weapons. Coming up next, we have stories from the action-packed world of sports and entertainment. So sit back and we'll be right with you. Smriti Mandhana waltzed her way to the first century by an Indian when Pratika Rawal compiled her maiden 100 as India amassed 435 for 5. Their highest ever total in the 50-over format in the third and final women's ODI against Ireland. The stand-in skipper Smriti's scintillating 135 of 80 balls, her 10th ODI century came off just 70 deliveries, set the tone for India breaching the 400-run mark for the first time, joining Australia and New Zealand in that elite list. England batter James Vince on Wednesday quit first-class cricket to play for Karachi Kings in the upcoming Pakistan Super League. Defying ECB's decision not to grant NOCs for its cricketers to appear in the T20 competition, the England board had decided in November 2024 to refrain from issuing NOCs to all format players to play in the PSL. Vince, who has played 13 tests, was expected to lead Hampshire this season as well, but he was retained by the Kings ahead of the PSL draft. India completed a whitewash of Ireland with a massive 304-run win in the third and final women's ODI. Openers Smriti Mandhana and Pratika Rawal scored a century each to power India to their highest ever total of 435. Mandhana and Rawal shared a whopping 233-run stand to give a solid start to India after opting to bat. Alleging stepmotherly treatment by the Indian Super League organisers, century-old East Bengal club has sought Union Sports Minister Mansukh Mandaviya's intervention, claiming systemic bias. The outdated refugees club tag and refereeing controversies have stalled their progress in the top-tier football competition. The incident occurred during the Kolkata Derby in Guwahati on Saturday, where East Bengal lost to arch rivals Mohun Bagan by a solitary goal. Charismatic India cricketer Smriti Mandhana said that her record-breaking onslaught on the Irish bowlers was planned. But despite her team's clean sweep, there is still a lot of scope for improvement in both fielding and running between the wickets. The India skipper was at the forefront of several records, being smashed as the hosts won by a massive 304 runs to claim their biggest ever ODI win and complete a 3-0 clean sweep in the series. Mandhana herself scored the fastest 100 by an Indian woman of just 70 balls. Pratika Rawal, the Indian opener, continued her smashing run in the ongoing ODI series against Ireland as she followed up half-centuries in the first 2 matches with a sensational ton in the final of Wednesday, January 15th in Rajkot. Rawal notched up her maiden international century and broke a slew of records, including becoming only the 3rd Indian player to go past the 150 mark in women's ODIs after Deepti Sharma and regular captain Harmanpreet Kaur. Smriti Mandhana has smashed the fastest century for India in the history of women's ODIs. She notched up her 10th century in the format in the third and final ODI against Ireland at the Niranjan Shah Stadium in Rajkot of just 70 deliveries. In the process, she broke Harmanpreet Kaur's earlier record, who had scored a century of 87 balls against South Africa last year. Indian wicketkeeper batter Rishabh Pant has confirmed his availability for Delhi's Ranji Trophy clash against Saurashtra. Pant, who last played a Ranji Trophy way back in 2017, has made himself available for Delhi's 6th match of the tournament, starting January 23rd in Rajkot, PTI stated, citing the DDCA secretary Ashok Sharma. While Pant has made himself available, there is no update on Virat Kohli, who is also in the Delhi probables alongside the wicketkeeper batter. Novak Djokovic made history by surpassing tennis legend Roger Federer to record most Grand Slam matches. The 2024 Olympic gold medalist played his 430th Grand Slam match against Jaime Faria in the ongoing Australian Open and defeated him 6-1, 6-7, 6-3, 6-2 to progress to the third round of the competition. In 430 Grand Slam matches in men's singles so far, the Serbian has won 379 games and lost 51. Tracking the buzz, it's time to delve into the world of entertainment. Today we bring you highlights from thriller film Conclave, where Ralph Fiennes is leading the race for the British Academy Film Awards. This and more as we unravel all the latest updates from the entertainment industry this morning. Music fans and collectors now have the opportunity to buy music legend Jeff Beck's iconic guitars at the Christie's auction house in London. The collection also includes a renowned 1954 Gibson Les Paul, the Ox Blood. More than 130 items, including 90 guitars, are going up for auction. From the personal collection, the former Yardbirds and Jeff Beck group guitarist, who died in January 2023, Beck came to prominence in the 1960s with the hard rock progenitors, the Yardbirds, and went on to a solo career that incorporated rock, jazz, blues, and even opera. He was known for his improvisational skill and the unique sound he got from the whammy bar on his preferred guitar, the Fender Stratocaster.
Well, the top lot in our auction is the 1954 Gibson Les Paul known as the Ox Blood, which is behind me on the stage in the centre. It's estimated at £350,000 to £500,000, and it is actually the third Gibson Les Paul that Jeff bought in late 1972 in Memphis, while he was there on tour with Beck, Bogart and Appice, his power trio. And it's iconic because as soon as he bought it, it was the only guitar he played for the next 2-3 years.
Thriller film Conclave, starring Ralph Fiennes, is leading the race for the British Academy Film Awards as the film has secured 12 nominations, while another film titled Emilia Perez bagged 11 nominations. The 4 films nominated for the prestigious Best Film Award were Conclave, Emilia Perez, the 215-minute post-war epic The Brutalist, and the Bob Dylan biopic A Complete Unknown. But with the wildfires in Los Angeles over the past week fresh in the minds of everyone in the movie industry, Wednesday's announcement of the latest BAFTA nominations was understandably subdued. The prizes, officially called the EE BAFTA Film Awards, are Britain's equivalent of Hollywood's Academy Awards and will be watched closely for hints of who may win the Oscars on March 3rd.
Fantastic storytelling. There's some brilliant storytelling going on and a real variety of it. And I think as well, there's also fantastic skill behind the camera in terms of those craft roles. Beautiful cinematography, amazing production design, costume, editing, etc. It's a really, really great year.
Best-selling British author Neil Gaiman released a statement on January 15th denying sexual assault allegations on him. The 64-year-old author said, while responding to an article published by a New York magazine that detailed allegations of assault and abuse leveled by the 8 women against Gaiman, most of the allegations related to occasions when Gaiman was in his 40s or older and living in the United States, Britain and New Zealand. Actor Jon Hamm, who rose to fame after the series Mad Men, was named as the Man of the Year by Harvard University's Hasty Pudding Theatricals on January 14th. The theatre group, which dates to 1844, said Hamm will receive his Pudding Pot Award at a celebratory roast on January 31st. Hasty Pudding Theatricals give the awards to people who have made lasting and impressive contributions to the world of entertainment. Other recent Man of the Year winners have included Barry Keoghan last year, Bob Odenkirk in 2023 and Jason Bateman in 2022. Hasty Pudding Theatricals' Woman of the Year award, which dates back to 1951, will be awarded February 6th. And that's a wrap for today's segment of Quick Morning. Don't go anywhere, viewers, as we'll be right back tracking the top headlines and biggest stories from across the globe only on Republic TV.